years they've been doing it, know how to save you money. Geico.com. Our NBA analyst, Chiris Broussard, is joining us. So we get, it's very funny about how kind of the NBA works. Everybody freaked out about LeBron, and oh my God, now they've won 8 of 9. They're a 3 seed. They've like 18-7 since February 3rd. They still don't really have a head coach physically. They have had to reboot. I mean, you just cross your fingers that they can stay healthy because, it's been a very enigmatic year. But if I look at that team last year and this year, they're becoming the same team. Season starts ending. They kind of figure some things out. They're still not great defensively, although they're a better team now than they were 2 months ago. What is the state of LeBron and the Cavs heading into the end of the regular season and the playoffs to you?
Well, I think they're looking good. I mean, look, a lot of this is based on them being in the East. If they were in the West, I don't think a first-round loss would be out of the question.
Well, yeah, Minnesota, right? Utah?
Yeah, I mean, they could lose in the first round in the West. In the East, though, who's beating them? I mean, Boston, no. Indiana, no. Miami, Milwaukee, no.
Philadelphia, no.
Philadelphia, no. Toronto, no.
Toronto's capable of beating them.
If the Cavs don't play well.
Okay. Toronto's really deep, a lot of bodies.
I like Toronto. Toronto's a very good team, but they've got 2 very good all-stars, but not superstars.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to have trouble getting past Philadelphia, as I told you in the second round. And so I just think if Cleveland brings it, if Kevin Love stays healthy and gives LeBron James help, then the Cavs are winning it.
Let me throw this out there. Is that these dynasties, I want to shift to the Warriors. I've always believed they never last as long as you think. The Legion of Boom in Seattle, window. Harbaugh and the Niners, window. Miami LeBron, window. Big 3 in Boston, window. Shaq Kobe, you don't get to a 4th championship. So you look at Golden State, and Steph's ankle's still an issue. Kevin Durant's getting technicals and has been hurt. Clay's hand, Draymond hurt. This weekend, a weird situation where the team was criticized. They've gotten very political for not attending a political rally.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? They're distracted. This has been an odd regular season. I don't ever remember a Michael Pippen, Magic Kareem regular season with this many distractions. I don't think the Warriors are going to sweep through the West this year.
Oh, no. First of all, I think they'll win the first round, but they're going to have some trouble. Who they would meet, is it Utah right now?
I think it's Utah.
I mean, Utah beat them by 30.
Time out. It's the Timberwolves.
With Jimmy Butler coming back.
Carl Anthony
Towns. He better
be
back.
Andrew Wiggins.
As much as, and I love Carl, I had Carl Anthony Towns on my first team All-NBA ballot last year.
Thank you.
However, if Jimmy Butler doesn't play for them, they are not a threat to anybody this year.
No, right.
Because Towns and Wiggins are still figuring out how to win, as good as they are. But you're right. If they get Jimmy Butler back, they could push the Warriors. Not beat them, but push them. New Orleans.
Yeah, I guess let's go back to Golden State, though. You've been covering this league for 20 years. This team is into politics, and they've got injuries, and there's some apathy, and they talked about fatigue. It is a weird mixture of high IQ, kind of needy, a little finesse. The whole thing to me doesn't quite, and I'm a believer in the NBA that LeBron flips switches.
Yeah.
The Spurs flip switches. This has been an odd year, right?
It's been an odd year. I think it's a testament to 2 things. One, you have to give credit to LeBron James for this will be his 8th straight finals if he gets there.
Right.
It's difficult. Only 4 teams in history have made 4 straight finals.
4 teams.
And that frustration, that exasperation, that boredom, that complacency you see in the Warriors is what happens when you're trying to get to your 4th straight final. So for one player to do it, let alone a team, that is impressive. Secondly, I used to think, I never faulted, you and I were agreeable with this. I never faulted Kevin Durant for going to the Warriors.
Neither did I.
But I did feel like it took away from the excitement that Steph generated. Like before Durant got there, it seemed like every other night Steph was doing something ridiculous,
right.
And we don't get to see that as much because he doesn't have to because Durant's there.
Right.
However, now when you look at it, I hate to say it, but I don't think Steph physically could have carried this team to the dynasty level that we expected.
I agree.
Right? So they're lucky Durant did go there, because now if Steph's out, you got a guy there that's better. Now the team isn't as good without Steph, but maybe you rework some things around
Listen,
Durant
if
more.
Steph was hurt and there's no Durant, this is a 4 seed. They're losing all sorts of games.
Oh, yeah. If Steph's hurt and they don't have Durant,
So they're going to open up with
chance.
like San Antonio or Portland, and then they're going to go to a
4 seed might even be pushing it without Steph.
No, I mean,
and Durant.
We freak out every time there's player mobility. It's always make me laugh. Bryce Harper goes to the Yankees. We're like, yeah, player mobility. Mike Wallace goes Steelers, Dolphins all around the league. Oh, it's fantastic. NBA guy goes, oh, Butch killing the league. I'm going to tell you something. I think your points, if Durant doesn't go to Golden State, they're a 4 seed in the West.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're going to have to go. They'll have like Spurs into Portland, into Houston, into the final. You're not winning that. Those are 7-game series.
If Steph is 75% or whatever, and during those 2016 playoffs and finals, people that worked with him were saying he's 70%.
How'd it
Remember
go?
the story? Right, they didn't win it. If he's 70% again, 75%, look, I give Houston a 50-50 shot at beating them. I really do.
You do.
I'm assuming James Harden and Chris Paul and Mike D'Antoni are not going to get overwhelmed by the stage.
Okay.
Like we've seen at times in the past.
From all of them.
Right. If they just play their game, coach their game, do what they do, then I think they got an excellent chance of beating Golden State.
His name is Chiris Broussard. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. By the way, Villanova, Michigan tonight?
Yes. My daughter goes to Michigan. I got to go for the blue, even though I picked Villanova before the tournament started.
Yeah, well, Villanova was on FS1 a bunch. They're the best team I've seen in college basketball, and they probably should win. I think it's really ugly. I think Villanova's tight, and I think it's 65-62 either way.
I hope you're right in that it's a great game.
I think it will be.
I hope
it'll
be
a dramatic close game. I feel really strongly about that. Hour 3. Thank you, Chris. In LA, it's the Herd.